Okay, class. So we have discussed here that this is the radius. This is the radius, and the radius is directly proportional to n square and inversely proportional to z. So it means that one thing is clear: n cannot be equal to 0. But if we have large z, okay, suppose we take example of sodium where atomic number is equal to 11, then this radius will decrease. Okay, so this is one of the limitation of the Bohr theory, and it fits only to the hydrogen atom. So more details we will discuss in the last lecture of the series regarding Bohr theorem. Here we have calculated the first Bohr radius and the radius for the higher orbits for k cell. The radius is equal to Bohr radius, and for others, for L, M and N, the radius will be this. Now we will see what will be the velocity. This is the relation which gives the velocity, and we have discussed it here. You see, firstly the radius for n equal to 1, z equal to 1 for hydrogen atom. If you put the values, then you will get the radius. Now you see, this is the smallest allowed, or you can say allowed or possible value of the radius. The radius for other energy levels, other orbits will be greater than this. Now we will see what is velocity of an electron in the smallest orbit, and the smallest orbit is for n equal to 1. So here we are discussing hydrogen atom. Atomic number is z and the quantum number is 1. So the velocity in the first Bohr orbit comes out to be equal to this much, and this is equal to c by 137 meter per second. And what is c? C is the speed of light. Okay, so one more thing we need to discuss here is the velocity is directly proportional to z. So if the atomic number increases, the nuclear charge will increase, the Coulombic attraction will increase, and it will give rise to higher velocity in a particular orbit. Also, with increase in the atomic number, the velocity increases and the case will change from non-relativistic to relativistic. So here you see, the Bohr theory discuss only relativistic behavior. The Bohr theory discuss only non-relativistic behavior, because in the relativistic case, the mass is not equal to rest mass. It increases. ये बढ़ जाता है. ठीक है ना? You know the relation for the rest mass and relativistic mass is given by this formula. We have not considered anything like this, so relativistic considerations are not taken into consideration into the Bohr theory. Okay, so this is the end of this video. In the next, we will discuss the time period and the frequency.